Yes,
Thank you,
go ahead.
Dinesh. In fact, you have given me a challenging topic in the era where people are shying away from fluorescein angiography and ICG angiography, labeling it as invasive procedure. Let me do justice to this topic. Not only you need to repeat, see it as a primary procedure, but also repeat as and when necessary, where you can get additional information. So let's go through this program. So when do I need to repeat this? We need to understand, we need to repeat if the patient comes to you with an images previously done elsewhere, which are not of a good quality, or if the patient comes to you with a delay in initiating treatment after the previous angiogram. It also helps you, repeat angiograms helps you in monitoring the treatment response as well as disease progression. Sometimes you suspect a change in diagnosis, and in rare cases like asteroid, this is the only way to follow up the deterioration or the worsening of the disease. Well, you can repeat it as early as 3 days, considering the washout point. But for disease progression and management treatment response, preferably to repeat only after 3 months. Now, all the indications which Dr. Sangeet has already alluded to stand true for repeat angiograms. Let's move to the examples now to understand. This is a 48 years male who had a central retinal vein occlusion with a significant macula at presentation, and he underwent naturally at that point of time angiogram, and the angiogram showed blocked fluorescence with macular edema. Patient received anti-VEGF. Now 3 months later, if you can see, he had increased edema, naturally lost vision, hemorrhages had clear, but the vision was deteriorating. We did repeat an angiogram at this point of time, and what we see on an angiogram is a NVD with severe CNP with macular edema. So it changed our treatment. Now we needed to put lasers along as well. This is case number one. Now the next case, another case of CRVO with macular edema. You can see because of great dense cataract, you can't visualize. You had a dry macula, patient was conservatively managed, and he underwent FFA at presentation. Well, we didn't have dropout areas, and so conservatively managed. At 6 months, again, he had further decreased vision, again an atrophic macula angio. We tried to analyze if there is any ischemic area through the dense cataract. We didn't get any CNP areas. And so he was asked for a follow-up. Meanwhile, patient undergoes cataract surgery elsewhere for the same. And this is what he presents to us 3 years later. You can see on an angiogram, multiple fibrovascular proliferation all across. And naturally, an extrafoveal TRD on OCT. We advised FFA, and now you know this patient needs an aggressive PRP. That is how subsequent angios helped us in watching this particular disease. Another case of vascular retinopathy, ischemic CRVO with macular edema. He underwent FFA, he had a blocked fluorescence. He underwent PRP along with anti-VEGF. 6 months later, patient presents with this neovascular glaucoma. He was given medical management. His pressures were brought down, media cleared, and this is the picture. We did an angiogram. Well, you can see skip areas as well as the dropouts, and patient underwent again aggressive PRP along with anti-VEGF injection. Now coming to Eales disease. This is a patient who had undergone PRP for Eales disease elsewhere along with angiogram. Now he presents to us with this particular picture with blurred vision. We did an angiogram and we could see scattered laser marks with CNP areas in periphery with NV. Well, the angiograms are not that focused, and we advised fill-in laser. Now, 9 years later, this patient presents to us again with floaters, and this is the picture. Now we have suggested him FFA. We wanted to now delineate whether the bleed is because of any avulsion of a vessel induced by PVD, or are there any active vessels within this, so obviously looking fibrous tissue. So this is how we do it in case of Eales disease. Now coming to cases of diabetic retinopathy, 54 years female, diabetic 15 years, you see the fundus and you can see NPDR with CSME. We did an angiogram, and angiogram showed a bit of macular edema, and so we did focal laser with anti-VEGF at this point of time. Now, a year later, the patient presents to us with again decreased vision. We thought there are irmas or query NV in left eye. We did an angiogram and we could see the significant difference in the left eye evolution of the disease, and we advised him PRP in left eye as well. Another diabetic patient who was treated with PRP in both eyes elsewhere, and he was complaining of poor vision in spite of clinically adequately treated retinopathy. When we did an angiogram, we could see an ischemic maculopathy with two neovascular polyps in a clinically silent proliferative well-treated diabetic retinopathy, while left eye was normal. Naturally, patient received PRP in right eye to prevent further bleeds and after explaining the visual prognosis because of ischemic macula. Another diabetic patient who was advised fill in PRP in left eye only. And this was the picture. When we saw white fundus photograph, we could see some fibrous tissue. We did an angiogram to assess the situation in the right eye. Naturally, left eye had multiple polyps as expected, but see in right eye also we could see identify multiple NVs warranting treatment even in the silent looking right eye. And this is how FFA, repeat FFA helps you. Now this is a patient with one-eyed patient, diabetic, and he had decreased vision. Dense asteroid, we did not have any view of fundus. We did an angiogram to understand what is happening. Well, at that time, his fundus was okay. But 6 months later, when the patient presents with further decreased vision, we had to repeat an FFA, and you can see the change in the picture. Now coming to AMD cases and PCV, 59 years old female, multiple cystic swelling at the left eye, multiple PEDs. We did an angiogram. We saw some pooling of the dye and leak over there. We treated with anti-VEGFs, aflibercept. She responded. Vision came to 6.9. 7 weeks later, again, there is a decreased vision. We repeated an FFA as well as ICG. We could see some leaks again, and ICG, we saw a polyp. Now it modified our treatment. We decided to do it, combine the anti-VEGFs with PDT. Another case, 42 years female who had undergone focal laser for CSR elsewhere. And on an OCT, we thought we are seeing some RP rip and a PED. So we decided to do an angiogram. And as you can see, leak right in the FZ, it changed our diagnosis to CNVM. And now this patient, instead of CSR, was treated as a case of CNVM. Another case of CSR, 32 years female who complained of blurred vision in right eye. She had cystic swelling in the right eye. Angio showed a significant fluid. SRD, FFA at presentation showed 3 leaks. So we treated conservatively. Look at the left eye FFA at this point of time, it was normal. 3 weeks later, she complained of decreased vision in left eye. And you can see even the cystic swelling, even the left eye. And fluid on OCT, we had to do repeat FFA within 3 weeks. And you can see the leaks now in the left eye. So this is how CSR wearing pictures, you can need multiple FFAs. While this is a 75 years diabetic patient who had undergone IOL 1.5 months back. Now complained of decreased vision. He had CME. We did an FFA, classic petaloid pattern, injection Orocort given a month later, retina was flat. 10 months later, now he again complains of decreased vision. Again, he had CME. We did FFA because we thought we are seeing some microvascular abnormalities in the periphery. Yes, besides petaloid CME, we could see some microvascular abnormalities. So we decided to do a PRP along with Orocort. Coming to few uvea cases, this is a patient who presented old case of peripheral peripapillary choroiditis, complained of decreased vision. Clinically, he looked normal. We did an angiogram and we could see a leak at the edge. So we treated him with steroids. Now, 1.5 years later, again, he complained of decreased vision. We were not sure what is happening. So we could see the leak at the edge. Another case of uveitis. Well, this patient presented with CME bilaterally with a dense cataract. He underwent FFA. Both eyes had a petaloid pattern. We treated him with injection Orocort after systemic investigation, and he responded. After 6 years, this is the presentation with old KPs. FFA showed edema, and we thought we are seeing some fibrous tissue over here. We repeated an angiogram, and as expected, we could see some fibrovascular tissue, neovascularization in the left eye. So naturally, besides steroids, he needed lasers. This patient was treated on steroids after COVID treatment. We thought there are some significant peeler like on OCTs. We did a angiogram for this patient. And as you can see, when we color photo, you can see multiple tubercles at the choroidal level on high magnification. Disc was hyperemic on the left side. You see the OCT, FFA ICG was done, and you can see on an ICG hypolucent spots. Patient was confirmed, Montox was 48 millimeter positive, patient was put on AKT. This is how the, I repeat, FFA was done. Yeah. This is last but one case, 25 years old female diagnosed as Eales disease elsewhere and was advised vitreous surgery in right eye. Left eye, FFA showed normal elsewhere. Fundus at presentation, this is combined vascular retinal detachment. Left eye, we thought we are seeing some microvascular abnormalities here. We did an angiogram, and what we see is a case of severe proliferation, confirmed it as a Takayasu's disease. So this patient first needed treatment in the left eye to prevent the fate like right eye. We treated, and then it was possible. The last case, this young female had a history of vitreous surgery elsewhere for some vascular tumor. Father as well as grandfather had history of brain surgery for some tumors. This is the picture when she came to us. We were not sure what is happening. We wanted to be doubly sure because of the significant family history. We did an angiogram, and looked to our surprise, we could see multiple angiomas in the periphery on a wide field angiogram. So this patient received laser along with triple phase cryotherapy. We decided to screen her father. Father asymptomatic again, clinically fundus normal. Angiogram show multiple angiomas, again treated with lasers and cryo. We decided to screen brother. Well, we saw an angioma in right eye and in left eye. Yes, and an angiogram showed multiple angiomas even in father. Yeah, this is the last case. So laser was treated, and 1 year later. So this is the pedigree charting. This is what we got. This gene was positive. And so to conclude, in such cases where clinically you cannot see an angiogram, you need to repeat yearly FFA, and that should be the part of protocol. Thank you.